Hello, welcome back students. So today again we are going to continue with the chapter classification of plants. We had completed with the intro part of this chapter. If you missed it, you can check the link in the description box. So student, let us proceed. Students, as we all studied in my previous video that Kingdom Plantae has been divided into two categories, that is cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams again divided into three divisions, that is Thelophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, and phanerogams again divided into gymnosperms and geosperms. Angiosperms further divided into dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous. So today we are going to start with the first kingdom, that is cryptogams. Now students, let us see some of the characteristics of these cryptogams. Cryptogams do not bear flowers and seeds. Student, these are the plant which will not be having any kind of a flower and seeds. They will be having leaf like structure. They reproduce through spores, means their reproduction occurs through spores. Now spores is a minute reproductive organ. Okay student, this spores means a reproductive organ which plant is having. Okay, that is, they can give rise to a new individual without sexual fusion, and they need moist environment to survive. For an example, yeast, Chalamdonus, nostoc, Eleutheryx, Pyrogyra, ferns, mosses, liverworts, hornworts, horsetails, etc. Let us see a small activity based on the kingdom cryptogams. Search for a pond with greenish water. Collect some of the green fibers from the water. Put the fibers in a petri dish and wash them with clean water. Put one of the fibers in a drop of water on a glass slide and spread it out straight. As you can see students, Pyrogyra slide is there. Put a cover slip over the slide and observe under a microscope. Do you see the spirally arranged green thread-like chloroplast in the cells in that straight fiber? This plant is known as Pyrogyra. A type of green freshwater algae, Pyrogyra, is so named after the spirally arranged chloroplast in its cells. Students, you all know that chloroplast is an organ with the help of which plants prepare their own food. And the food is nothing but a chloroplast. This is nothing but a type of algae called Pyrogyra, which is included in the kingdom cryptogams division 1, that is Thelophyta. This is the real image of a Pyrogyra in a fresh water. Let us talk about the first division of cryptogams, that is Thelophyta. Let us see its characteristics. So the first characteristic of Thelophyta plants are that these plants mainly grow in water. Next characteristic is that these Thelophyta do not have a specific parts like root, stem, leaves, flowers, but are autotrophic. That is, they can prepare their own food with the help of chlorophyll, and they are called algae. Now, third characteristic of Thelophyta are that they may be unicellular, that is made up of single cell. They may be multicellular, means more than one cell, and may be microscopic, that is cannot be visible with our naked eye, or they may be large, that means we can see with our naked eye. Examples of algae are Pyrogyra, Eulanthrix, Sargassum, etc. Some of these are found in fresh water while some are found in saline water. Student, here fresh water means any naturally occurring water except sea water and brackish water. Fresh water includes water in ice sheet, ice cap, glacier, icebergs, bogs, ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, and even underground water called groundwater. Fresh water is not the same as potable water, that is drinking water, and saline water means which has a high concentration of dissolved salt. Student, this division Thelophyta consists of a plant usually having a soft and fiber like body, means all of the plant belonging to this division will be having a soft and fiber like body. Students, even various types of fungi like yeast and molds which do not have chlorophyll but are also included in this group. As you can see, yeast and molds. Examples of plant belonging to the division Thelophyta are alva, chara, Pyrogyra, etc. Let us learn division second of cryptogams, that is Bryophytum. You may have seen a lush green, soft carpet on old walls, bricks and rocks in the rainy season. This is the soft carpet on the rocks. Scrape it gently with a small ruler. Observe it under a magnifying lens. This is nothing but the division Bryophyta. Now let us learn about the characteristic of this plant Bryophyta. This Bryophyta is called the Amphibians of the plant kingdom. Student, amphibians, as you all know, means which can live on both on the land as well as in water. Why they are called amphibians? Because they grow in moist soil but need water for reproduction. Understood? They need both moist soil as well as water for reproduction. They live in moist soil but need water for reproduction. These plants are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. Student, thalloid means the entire body of a multicellular non-moving organism in which there is no organization of the tissues into the organ. And autotrophic means which can prepare their own food in presence of chlorophyll. Bryophyte reproduce with the help of spore formation. Now in the given image, that is life cycle of a bryophyte, it consists of both the phases, that is sporophyte and gametophyte. A mature funaria plant consists of a stalk, spores and capsule. That capsule during a favorable condition get burst and spores get dispersed into the air. Among that spores, a mature zygote get transferred to the other female plant. which consist of rhizoids, colloid and phyllodes. Now, after getting transferred, there's a fusion of male organ and female organ. Male organ zygote and female organ will be gamete. And after fusion, there's a new plant. There's a growth of new plant. The structure of the plant body is flat, long like ribbon, and without true roots, stem and leaves. This kind of a plant will not be having true roots, stem and leaves. Instead of this, they will have stem-like or leaf-like part besides root-like rhizoids. मतलब इनके पास स्पेसिफिक रूट, स्टेम और लीव्स नहीं होते हैं, बट या तो उनकी बॉडी पूरे स्टेम के जैसी होगी, या तो लीफ के जैसी पूरी बॉडी होगी, या नहीं तो फिर रूट राइजोइड्स के जैसे पूरी बॉडी होगी इनकी. Bryophyte lacks specific tissues for the conduction of food and water, that is xylem and phloem is absent in bryophytes. For an example of bryophytes are Funaria, that is moss, Rixia, Merchantia, Anthosaurus, etc. Let us learn about third division, Pteridophyta. Plants belonging to Pteridophyta bear well-developed roots, stems and leaves. They have a separate tissues for the conduction of food and water. That is, they have a well-developed organ for the conduction of water and food, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem conduct water throughout the body and phloem conduct food throughout the body. But these plants will not bear any kind of flowers or fruits. Pteridophyta reproduce by means of spores which are formed on the posterior side of their leaves. As you can see, these are the spores which are formed on the posterior or back side of the leaf. Examples of Pteridophyta are Nephrolepis, Mercilia, Pteris, Adiantum, Equisetum, Selaginella and Lycopodium. Reproduction in pteridophytes occur asexually by spores and sexually by zygote formation. Student, as you can see in the image, that mature fern plant releases spores during a favorable condition. Spores dispersed into the air and fallen down on the ground. After that, a new plant start growing. The plant which started growing is heart-shaped, in which there is a sperm as well as egg. They will get fused and a new fern plant started to grow. Pteridophytes have a well-developed conducting system, that is, they have a vascular bundle, xylem and phloem. Xylem conduct water from root towards the entire part of the body, and phloem conduct minerals and food from the soil to the root and entire part of the body. Students, now use your brain power based on the previous explanation and answer the following question. What is the similarity between the plants of the groups Thelophyta, Bryophyte and Pteridophyta, respective of differences in their body structure? Okay, now take down the answer. In Thelophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, reproduction occurs through spores. Second point, the bodies of plants of these groups lack reproductive system. Therefore, they are called cryptogams. Lack of reproductive system is common in all the three groups. All these plants reproduce by spore formation. They called as cryptogams as their reproductive organs cannot be seen. It is given from the name cryptos meaning hidden, gams meaning reproductive organ, that is hidden reproductive organ. Now student, in this video we had learned about characteristics of cryptogams, that is Thelophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. In Thelophyta we had learned about that plants belonging to this group mainly grows in water. Some grow in fresh water while others grow in marine water. These plants do not have specific part like roots, stem, leaves and flowers. They are autotrophic owing to the presence of chlorophyll. Such plants are called algae. Algae shows great diversity. They are either unicellular or multicellular. Some are microscopic while others are macroscopic, that is large. Examples are Pyrogyra, Elythrix, Alva, Chara, Sargassum, etc. Now, Bryophyta, plants belonging to division are amphibious, that is because they grow on moist soil but require water for reproduction. Plants are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. They reproduced by spores. The structure of the plant body is long ribbon-like and flat without true roots, stem and leaves. Instead of this, they possess stem-like or leaf-like part besides root-like rhizoids. They lack specific tissues for the conduction of food and water. Examples of bryophytes are Funaria, Rixia, Merchantia, etc. Now third division, that is Pteridophyta. Plants belonging to this division bears well developed roots, stem and leaves. They do not bear flowers and fruits. They bear separate tissues for the conduction of food and water. Pteridophytes reproduce by means of spores which are formed on the posterior side of their leaves. Reproduction in Pteridophytes occur asexually by spores and sexually by zygote. Examples are Nephrolepis, Adiantum, Pteris, etc. Now this was all about cryptogams. In my next video, we are going to learn about phanerogams. Student, now I want you to do a small assignment based on this video. Write a paragraph in your own words about the ornamental plants called ferns. Second, sketch, label and describe the Pyrogyra. Third, write the characteristic of the plants belonging to the division Bryophyta. And the last one, sketch and label the figures of the following plants and explain them into brief: Merchantia, Funaria and fern. Students, in this video we completed with the kingdom cryptogams and the characteristic of their divisions, that is Thelophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. In my next upcoming video, we are going to learn about the next kingdom, that is phanerogams, which is further divided into angiosperms and gymnosperms. Students, if you like my video and you want me to make such an educational video further, please do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Till then student, take care of yourself, study hard, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.